Well, hello friends. We are here and back for another installation of the Wabi-sabi Hobo Bag Rescue. Now these are the ones that I had traced on prior in preparation for this, and the other side is still blank. Well, it's got bleed through from the other side, but that's okay. But the other side is still blank. So what I'm thinking is I will just do like a very mixed pattern to divide up these areas. I don't know, I'll film some of the stitching, and then I'll see if I have one for the back that's like one large stencil rather than broken up into 3 for fun. I do find it easier to stitch now that there's like a skeleton inside, and I am a little tempted, not gonna lie, to putting a strip up here to certify the top, because it does make it easier to stitch the more it holds itself open, obviously. Well, anyway, I'm gonna try to trace onto this in some feasible manner and keep it lined up to some degree. Might have been smarter to trace all that out first, but we also didn't have working pens. So I also will be testing the pens in another video, but we're just going to use the ones that we know basically works on this horrible fabric and go from there. And then just hope that we can melt the heat erase ink off. Anyway, let's see what we can fill in, and I will stitch it and check in with you periodically as we get close to finishing this off. And I think I've figured out what we should do for lining the lining so that we don't look at that whenever we open the bag. All right, well, I'm going to get tracing, and I will keep you posted on how it's going. Okay, a brief update on the Wabi-sabi bag. I did finish this. Then I got bold, and that's never good, but I did. And I turned it inside out, and I want to show you my mistakes so you don't make the same ones. I decided it'd be a great idea to take the stiffened felt and just, bolster the whole inside. Why not? Yeah. So now I have to do that to the other side as well. Also, I sewed it on the inside while it was inside out. So I layered them like a little box so that they lined up. And now what I'm going to do is go up this one side and put in here, as I have done down here, just some little plus signs and such. Ignore the burning iron over there. That's in another video. Anyway, this heat erase pen did not heat erase, so we're just gonna have to pray that it was liquid chalk, because otherwise, oh no. Anyway, this is in there now, so I will have to turn it inside out one more time to get the last piece of felt in there, and I will probably need the piece of felt in there to be able to trace it, because as I learned last time, it's very, ouch, that was my needle in there. It's very hard to actually like sew it when it's not poofed out. So we are going to poof it out and hopefully remember where that needle was. It's over here somewhere. Anyway, I will continue. We have one more side to stitch, and I may just surprise you with what I put on there. I've already started working on the lining video, so we are coming into the home stretch of this horrible, horrible, horrible bag. I mean, I'm sure it's better than it was, but we lost many hours of our lives to this. Anyway, I will update you when the next side is done. Instead of making it easy, why would I made the last panel very complicated, and now it will take me significantly longer than it would have to finish. But what I did was I stuck the felt into this, and then I put a box inside of it that was kind of like just higher than the sides of this, so that it kind of gave the fabric something to rest against, and then that made it very easy to trace with the pen. Which we found out will not come off with this dangerous, not for children's iron. So it has to be hotter than 275 degrees, as it turns out, to get this marker off. We haven't successfully gotten it off yet, but we are on the last panel, and I will update you when this is sewn, and we will take a look before we go into the last video, which will be adding the lining, which ironically I'm already done with because it was so hard on my hands to put these in to attach all of that heavy felt on the inside. It was so strenuous that I finished the panel for the lining long before I finished this. And by long, I mean like 5 hours, but still, I was able to finish 2 entire panels because it's difficult to put your hand inside of this and work one-handed on either side whilst not having a hoop or anything to hold it open. So ironically, I've added this extremely complicated pattern. I'm going to change colors on the fish. That was a test. It looks like a possessed mola mola. I will be fixing that. I don't know what it is about it that makes it look so mola mola-y. I think it's where I got the colonial knot for the eye. But I can now just use a really high-powered desk fan, and it kind of holds this open so that my hand doesn't get all sweaty while it's inside the evil bag. Anyway, I'll update you when this is sewn, and then we will move on to the final round of this little miracle that we're so glad we invested these hours in. We're just thrilled about it. Anyway, I will see you when the School of Mola Molas is done. I can't with this. This one's really bad. I'm going to leave him there because it's hilarious, but I'm going to switch colors for the other ones because it's terrible. All right, well, it only took me a week and a half because it made my hands so sweaty that I couldn't work on it for very long at a time. But this I'm going to save for a grand reveal when we add the lining in the next one. This is the inside-out version of our bag. We don't need to talk about it. It's fine. We're just leaving it the way it is until we're done. So we can finish off the box here. And I have taped together with just like literal painter's tape. And then I will join these everywhere that there's not tape as squarely as I can with just a really simple like whip stitch or just a looping stitch so that it can bend. And then we will do the lining and we will put them together wrong side to wrong side, and then we will wrestle them back into their normal shape. But we're going to get there. Anyway, we are ready to move on to this last bit. I will show you it stitched on, but that will be the end of this video, and we will move on to the last one, which will be adding the lining. Hooray! And then we're done with the Wabi-sabi bag experiment, and we'll all be really glad that it's done, especially me, because I haven't enjoyed this process all that much. As much as the bag looks cool, it is accursed because I've put a lot of bad energy into this bag, just not enjoying fighting with it. All right, well, I'll see you in a second once I've got this edged, and then we'll move on to the lining in the last part of the video. All right. Well, okay, my friends, we have done it. As you can see, I just did a very simple whip stitch along the edge. It fit because basically we were making a box. So we, in fact, have a box that takes up the entire inside of this. This is me tacking it down from the inside. I'm going to save the big good reveal of how fun that came out, and also a little bit crunkly on one side, but it worked out, for the lining video, and we'll have a final reveal as we reverse birth this once we put them together wrong side to wrong side and stitch them. So I hope you have enjoyed following along on this Wabi-sabi Sashiko bag journey. We are almost to its conclusion, so I hope you will tune in to another one, or if you haven't watched the others, please go back and check them out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!